Hey, viewers and viewresses, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Sir You're Being Hunted. This is episode 150. So, do you remember in the last episode I tried something a little different? I did an Angel mod spotlight, that was quite good. It was a shorter video than I'd normally upload in this series, but never mind, it seemed to go down well and it was, like I say, something different, something more refreshing. But, once again, we're getting back to challenges now. Now, as you'll probably be able to tell by the length of this video and the title, this was a bit of an unsuccessful thing that I did here. One more thing I should make clear is that this commentary you're hearing now, this is not in-game commentary. I'll explain why I'm doing the commentary actually outside of the game in due course, but essentially the challenge I'm doing today is a Pacifist time challenge. Now this was one that was suggested to me by MXP. It's basically a kind of speedrun of the game where I have to get the device pieces as fast as I can, complete the whole thing as fast as I can, but I can't hurt the robots. So that's going to make things kind of challenging. And yeah, as you can see by the length of the video, which is only about 20 minutes or so, plus the fact that the title is called the Pacifist Time Challenge Fail, yeah, that pretty much spoils the outcome already, so yes. But as I say, obviously this commentary is being done outside the gameplay, and the reason for that is because when I was actually doing, or rather making the attempt at the speedrun, I didn't want to actually do commentary as I was doing it, just so that I could really kind of concentrate on what I was doing. So yes, I mean it didn't really help in the end, but never mind. So yes, I'm going to be sort of inserting bits of commentary here and there, just to kind of, you know, analyse the things I'm doing, kind of, you know, analyse, you know, as I look back on what I've done to see where I've been going wrong, things like that. So yes, MXP, you said to me that after playing Sir for so long now, surely I must have the skills necessary to be able to do a speedrun of the game. Well, as this episode will prove, you are wrong, my friend. Yes, I clearly don't have the skills necessary. But, you know, that's not to say that I wouldn't try again at some point in the future. I think I probably would, because as you'll see in this episode, I did make quite a few mistakes in this as I was doing it. I didn't really actually make the effort, I don't think. But yeah, as I say, I'll be analysing as I go along. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay footage. So before anything else, I should probably actually explain how I'm doing this challenge beyond the whole just speedrun it and don't harm any robots kind of thing. Now, the only other person out there who I've mentioned who's done a speedrun, Useless NPC, they did the game in 37 minutes, something like that, which apparently is the fastest time ever done. Now, I talked about this a bit in previous episodes, and the general feedback, the kind of general consensus I got from you viewers is that you kind of didn't really regard it as a fully legitimate way of playing the game, because the way Useless NPC did it was by kind of influencing the terrain generation. They played a few maps, found ones that they liked, then kind of messed around with the world spawn system so they could get those maps constantly and then practice them over and over until eventually they had perfected them. Useless NPC also did change the robot spawn settings. They put them on the max. Now, I'm not confident with the max robot settings because I've never done that before. That could be a future challenge actually for me to do. It could be good practice in case I ever decide to do a speedrun again. But the general consensus from you viewers was you thought that was maybe just a bit of a cheatsy way of doing it. So the way I'm doing it now for my speedrun is just to basically go with the default spawn settings. I haven't changed the biomes, I haven't changed the building spawn rates, I haven't changed the robot spawn rates. I've let the game choose for itself. So that's kind of a more legit way, some of you might say, of playing it. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm not doing it like you can see. These maps that you're seeing, these were completely new to me. So yes, I had no idea where the device pieces were. I was doing it probably really as the game is meant to be played. Now, the major problem I really actually had whilst I was doing this speedrun is that maybe I was kind of approaching it with the wrong, I don't know, kind of mindset maybe. When I was thinking, you know, speedrun, I've got to do this fast, I've got to do it as quickly as possible. And so as you can see on the screen, for the most part, I'm just sort of sprinting around. I've got the sprinting key pretty much just held down constantly. Now, that's good in the sense that obviously it gets me around as fast as possible, but the problem was that, obviously, the robots could really hear me quite easily, and especially when it came to actually picking up device pieces, because I was approaching it with this mindset of, oh, I've got to do this as fast as I can. Part of the reason why I perhaps failed this challenge was just because I kind of rushed the approaches to the device pieces, as you'll see as this video goes on. Basically, I just sprinted towards them. I maybe threw a couple of bottles, but the thing was I kind of threw things too early, things like that, and so as a result my stealthy approaches didn't really work. And because I was so convinced, I've got to do this as fast, I've got to do this quickly as possible, I just sort of went in there, all guns blazing, and tried to brute force it, and that was probably why I kind of failed so soon at this challenge, after only about 20 minutes or so. So yeah, that's the first kind of post-game analysis really that I could think up. And I mean, it's pretty much true. There are other factors, as you'll see in due course, which did kind of combine to basically screw me over so soon. I must admit, you'd think that having played something like 150 episodes of So You're Being Hunted now, I would actually be good at this game. I would actually have, developed some skills. I've actually picked up on all the little intricacies of the system, the game system that is, and how the enemies behave, things like that, all the little game mechanics. Well, clearly that's not necessarily true. I haven't, as you'll see so many times during this episode. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I really made that much of an effort with this challenge, so yeah, if I was to do it again, I'd definitely probably try and put a bit more effort into it. Thing is, like I say, I was rushing in towards device pieces, not really making the effort. I was kind of trying to brute force it, so if I was to do this again, which I probably will have another go at some point, I would probably actually try and make more of an effort. I would actually take my time approaching the device pieces. I know that obviously it's a speedrun challenge, so you're supposed to do it as quickly as you can, but yeah, that's what I'm taking from this terrible fuck up that I made with this challenge. So yes, in future I'd just have to try and approach those device pieces a bit more carefully, and even though it probably adds time on to the total amount of time spent in game, I'll probably have to actually make more of an effort to approach them tactically rather than just sort of sprinting in and trying to brute force it. If I was to do this again in future, there might be a slightly different way I'd do this, because you see, what I was trying to do here was to do one massive speedrun all at once, just one big continuous recording. That was the original aim, so if I had completed it, this episode would probably have ended up being somewhere, over 30 minutes, probably somewhere around about an hour, who knows, depending on how long it took me. But yes, what I was thinking actually, if I was to do this challenge again, I might not necessarily do it like that. Obviously you viewers could comment ideas if you really had some, or you could comment on this suggestion that I'm about to make now. But the idea I had was, rather than just trying to do the whole game in one big sitting, instead what I could try and do is split it down island by island into smaller episodes. So, as soon as I load into the centre island, for example, I could try and blitz that and get that done, and then, make that into one episode, then tot up the amount of time that I spent actually in the map in that episode, and then make a note of that, and then do the same in the next episode with another island. So transfer to another island as soon as it loads into that island, start timing myself, and once I've completed that island, go away, save, pause in the main menu, and then wrap up that episode, and then between recordings have a look at the total amount of time spent in map in that episode, and then add that on to the time of the last episode spent on the centre island. And that could potentially work, because it could give me perhaps a better idea of the amount of time I'm taking, and at the same time it would perhaps make the speedrun a bit more manageable for me. So yes, that's possibly an idea that I could use if I was to do this challenge again in the future. I keep saying if I was to do this challenge again. It's not really an if, actually. It's not really a question of if, it's a question of when, to be honest, because let's be honest, I'm probably going to do this challenge again for definite. I mean, as you can probably tell from this commentary and this gameplay, I am fairly new to speedruns. I don't think I've ever purposefully sat down before with a game and ever actually tried to just beat it in the fastest possible time that I can. So, like I say, yeah, this is fairly new to me, so that might go some way to explaining why the gameplay you're seeing is so noobish, and I'm probably making so many rookie mistakes, even now 150 episodes down the line, after I've had so much experience with this game already. Okay, so as you can see now, we've managed to transfer from the centre island to the south island. The centre island's completely complete now. I've done that in about 10 minutes. Now, this is obviously the island where I completely fucked up, as you can tell by the fact that there's not very many more minutes left in this video. So yes, basically, as you'll see, it's a combination of the fact that I was just running in towards the device pieces willy-nilly. I mean, as you'll see, with the first device piece I recover on this island, obviously by now the robots are starting to spawn in bigger numbers, because obviously I've cleared out the centre island, and as the game's mechanics kind of dictate, the more device pieces you return, the more the robots start to spawn in greater numbers and greater varieties. And so, as you'll see, this is starting to undo me a bit. My health is getting very low as I'm being shot to pieces as I rush in there. But also, as you'll see, because this is a fens biome, there are a lot of watery areas. So, as you'll see later on in the video, this also kind of undoes me to an extent. Now, here is where I actually died. This is the point at which I actually failed the challenge. So as you'll see, there's a device piece over there guarded by a couple of robots, and there's a sort of big watery area to their left. And I, being a complete idiot, I had basically run into a whole area where there were just tons of robots. They'd been shooting at me, just trying to, you know, blow my head off pretty much, and so a few of them were still kind of chasing me. I don't know if they could actually see me. I don't think they could. They probably lost sight of me, but they were still perhaps moving to the last known position where I was. And it was still kind of chasing me to an extent. And I tried to stealth this one using an alarm clock, but unfortunately I got too close. The robots by the device piece saw me, started shooting, and of course that attracted the ones behind me who'd been chasing me earlier, and I kind of ended up sandwiched between a load of robots. And then I made the mistake of trying to loop around, but like a complete rookie I went into the water, which was my kind of undoing there, because, well, I thought it was just shallow water, and unfortunately, although some of it was shallow, not all of it was. Some of it was actually quite deep, so I ended up having to swim. And that was kind of the undoing, because obviously the robots can't swim, so if they come across a patch of deep water, they can't path over there, whereas obviously the player can. But what I was trying to do here was to go into the deep water and swim around so that I could then get back to the device piece. Unfortunately, as I was doing it, I pretty much realised, shit, this isn't going to work, because obviously they can't path through the deep water, they can't follow me, so they're just going to loop back around on the embankment and cut me off from the device piece. So I got back up onto the land, and it really didn't work, because obviously by then the robots had managed to head me off. I got the device piece, but as I was running away, you know, my health was already down pretty low, and it basically only took a few more shots from then to pretty much finish me off. So yes, that was why I failed the challenge, combination of me just trying to brute force it, and also me making a massive rookie mistake with the water, me kind of being undone by the terrain generator to an extent. I mean, I say undone by the terrain generator, it's not entirely the terrain generator's fault there, you know, it is to an extent my own stupidity there, because I made a rookie mistake in thinking that I could actually manage to get the device piece by going through the water, and not anticipating that the robots, of course, not being able to path through there, would just come back along the embankment and head me off completely. So that, you know, from an analysis perspective, is why I failed this challenge. So there you have it, everybody. That was my Pacifist time challenge fail, my first attempt at a speed run. I won't say any more, because I've really kind of covered it pretty much in my snippets of commentary that I'm going to be inserting throughout this video. So yes, hope you all enjoyed my pain and misery there. But as I say, you know, I will have another go at this challenge at some point in the future. I don't know when I'll do it, but I will do it at some point. In the meantime, however, I've got loads of other challenge suggestions to be getting through. So yes, next video, episode 151, I'll be doing something else. So I hope you'll join me for that. I don't think there's really anything else I want to say in this out-of-game audio commentary recording. So yes, thank you for joining me, and in the meantime, this is General Red signing off. Goodbye. Oh, got him. Shit. Get off the edge. Oh, no, go. Get out of here, get out. No, I'm gonna die. Ah! That's that monstrosity finished off. Get over there. See ya. Oh, shit, no. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Oh, please don't tell me I have to kill it again now. Shit. Got to stop it. Oh lord! No, 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 no! Holy crap! This area's horrible. Oh my god, I'm being shot to fucking pieces! Ah! Oh my... What the fuck? Holy shit! Holy fucking shit! Whoa! Jesus Christ! Holy shit! Fucking hell! Bloody hell, that did like 1,000,000 damage! This better not be a... Whoa! Shit! No! Oh my fucking god! How many... What?